4-year-old in New South Wales. She's a preschooler and she hasn't even started her first day of kindergarten. And she's already undergoing the transition to change genders. Now, for me, I don't have children, obviously, but I do have a little niece, and in a year's time, she'll be 4. And for me, I find it extraordinarily difficult to comprehend the fact that at that small age, you can say, all right, for the rest of your life, you're going to swap genders. It's irreversible. You can't change back to being a girl or boy. I cannot comprehend this.
It feels to me this is more a parent decision than the actual child, and it's very interesting to think what impact this could have on a child at such a young age. We have someone to help us make a bit more out of this story. Parenting expert Dr. Justin Coulson joins us now. Give us a bit of insight. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Justin.
Good to talk to you, Rove and Sam.
So, look, I don't know how much we know about this story at the moment, but I guess in your opinion, at the age of 4, is it even a reality to know what sex you even identify with?
I don't think we've got enough good quality research evidence to make strong opinions. And if you read through the article and if you talk to professionals in the field, there's a different opinion for every person who offers one. And they change as well. You know, if you don't like one opinion, you can get somebody else who'll give you another one.
Sure.
One thing's for sure, families who go through this are not doing it lightly. It's not the sort of thing where they say, he's been wearing dresses and loves putting on mum's lipstick and high heels, therefore we need to go and change his gender to female at the age of 4. This is a much deeper thing. This is where there's a genuine feeling that there's absolutely something completely wrong, and it is pretty unusual. One thing that I would say, though, is that most of us take a long, long time to develop our real sense of identity, both as people and as a certain gender. We don't really understand gender until we're starting to get a bit older. And most identity researchers will say that we've got to at least be going through our teens before we can start to figure out who we are. So I think it's too early.
Yeah.
But there's 100 other experts out there who are going to tell you completely different things. It's one of those things that ultimately, as you said, Rove, goes back to the parents.
Well, that's exactly what we were discussing around the office this morning. It's like during those teenage years, even your early 20s, but definitely those prime teenage years is when you're experimenting sexually, you're experimenting with all sorts of different things, you're figuring out who you are. And even as, as a 27-year-old, the person that I was when I was 12 is entirely different. I had different, attitudes, and I wore different clothes. So for me, I'm just, a 4-year-old to change genders, it baffles me.
If this is a dangerous thing, don't you think?
And it's irreversible, right?
Well, I'm not fully aware of the medical aspects. I'm sure that if there aren't now, there will be ways that these things can be changed and changed back. But what it does to the psychology of the person in terms of the danger, look, if you're the wrong person in the wrong body, there's terrible danger there. There's depression, stress, anxiety, there's bullying, there's all sorts of pain that you're going to go through for your entire life. And so the change becomes necessary. But then again, going through the change, there's always the question of, was it the right thing? And there's no doubt that there's still going to be ongoing challenges from a personality perspective and, from a bullying perspective. Somebody's going to find out somewhere along the line, and it gets really tough. I've worked recently in a school where they've made this change with one student who went away as a boy at the end of term and came back as a girl the following term. But this was a student who was well into adolescence, and the school and the family and the students dealt with it really, really well. So long as the processes are handled well and this is well thought out, I think we've got to be more compassionate and less judgmental and just hope and pray that we're getting it right for these kids.
Yeah, exactly right. Thanks, Justin. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Justin. But the thing is, we've spoken to a transgender before where we are so I know I'm personally, and I know you, Rove, as well, we are absolutely accepting of people who want to transition. And
I think safe schools are a fantastic idea.
I think it's
But this
brilliant.
kid hasn't even started preschool.
4 years old.
I was playing with dolls as a kid. My best friend was a girl. I am very pleased that my parents didn't say, he wants to be a girl, and make that decision for me before I knew what I wanted myself.
Exactly.
I don't know that this is a good idea. What do you think, Sydney?